Warning, this video is for comedy purposes only, and as such, should not be taken too seriously.
A toast!
No more of that Gornish horse piss.
Wow, this guy is a definite discount William Sadler.
Not you.
This young girl conveniently doesn't pick up her goblet until after everyone else has raced and drank theirs. It's only getting us in because literally everyone else drank theirs at the same time, obviously excluding Arya in disguise. Okay, I know you guys are going to want me to remove a sin here, and indeed I will. It was fucking brilliant and one of many brilliant moments in these next 4 episodes. But this is TV sins, so whilst I'm sure to read many comments that say, should have removed 1 billion sins and the like, please note that to keep this video fair, I'll be removing just 1 sin for moments I personally find outstanding. This is one such moment. Long live the Starks, motherfuckers. Discount William Sadler falls over and in turn knocks over a candelabra as well. Then before the next shot he obviously gets back up, picks up the candelabra, but then falls over again and knocks it over again. Disclaimer, this was a joke and they obviously used the same shot twice from different angles, but it's nice to imagine a world where he really did get back up and fall over again. Literal face-off.
When people ask you what happened here, tell them the North remembers. Tell them winter came for House Frey.
And their reply will likely be a mixture of, huh? And, right, but how did they all die? This room needs to make up its damn mind what it's doing with the whole candle distribution. Here, there's just a single candle, but when she leaves, 45 seconds later, there's now 3. Also, just noticed in the same 2 scenes, this candle at the back right turned from a 3 to a 1 as well. 1 minute and 45 seconds of extreme weather and White Walker travel and actual Walking Dead walking, and my god, they have a cave troll travelling. But seriously, how fucking cool is this simple scene? I kind of freaked when I saw the giants. If you guys are new to this channel, I do a thing over on Anime Sins and sometimes here, where if a sin occurs at the same time as an epic win, I'll transform it into a neutral sin. And I'm doing that here because 2 boss moments collided and created a vacuum of awesome that only a neutral sin could fill.
This is Brandon Stark, son of Ned Stark.
How do I know that's true?
You were at the Fist of the First Men.
How do I know that's true? You were at the Fist of the First Men. Yeah, I was. Now once again, how do I know that's true?
You were at Hardhome. You've seen the Army of the Dead. You've seen the Night King.
In fact, literally nothing he goes on to say proves he is who he says he is. These fucking candles can't decide if they want to remain lit or not.
You are my sister, but I am king now.
You start wearing a crown.
Sarcastic comment is unnecessary and just comes across as being bitchy.
So we can't question your decisions anymore.
Of course you can, but
Joffrey never let anyone question his authority. You think he was a good king?
Interrupting John when he's about to say, of course you can, but there's a time and a place for it, or words of the like. Once again, just coming across as being bitchy and full of attitude because you weren't listened to and it's very much below her. She then, by interrupting, equates Jon to Joffrey, perhaps one of the most stupid comparisons ever made.
do you think I'm Joffrey?
You're as far from Joffrey as anyone I've ever met.
Then what the fuck was the point in mentioning it?
They respect you, they really do, but you have to... Why are you laughing?
He didn't laugh, he scoffed.
Father used to say, everything before the word but is whore.
Never said that to me.
No, he never cursed in front of his girls.
Because he was trying to protect us. He never wanted us to see how dirty the world really is, but Father couldn't protect me, neither can you. Stop trying.
Hold up. Now I'm fucking confused because this conversation seems to have gone out of whack and isn't making sense. He's saying everything before the word but is bollocks. She says Father never said that to me. Jon says he wouldn't have cursed in front of his daughters. She says he was trying to protect us from the filth of the world and he failed to do so, and you can't protect me from it either. Now how the hell does that train of thought make sense? What is Jon trying to do to protect her? Not listen to her advice in the hall?
And how should I be smarter? By listening to you.
Would that be so terrible?
No, it wouldn't be terrible, but if he genuinely disagrees and he's the man in charge, what else can he do but do what he thinks is right?
What is this?
A pizzeria.
No one wants to fight on the losing side.
Right now, we look like the losing side.
I'm the Queen of the Seven Kingdoms.
A pointless statement given that he simply said no one wants to fight on the losing side. It can almost be described as a confusing statement since it doesn't really match up with what he's saying. A sin here is due to the fact that we never see what the actual point is in having the dangling metal chains around the books. If it's simply for decorative purposes, then it seems like a huge waste of time and metal. 1 minute and 15 seconds of shit and soup and more shit and soup and more. Oh my god, are you just trying to make me forever look at fucking soup in this way? Seems little point in having a restricted section if they are leaving books open on the other side and within easy sight. They never heard of a bloody bookmark? Sam picks the keys up in the most noisy fashion possible.
It's a new one. Are you hungry?
An incredibly on-the-nose cameo that also went as far as to include singing, for God's sake.
My wife's just had our first baby.
Boy or girl?
Oh, who knows? You think soldiers get ravens with news from home?
Well, you didn't say that you weren't there for the birth, dude.
I'm going to kill the Queen.
Almost seems like divine justice.
There's no divine justice, you dumb. If there was, you'd be dead. And that girl would be alive.
He just gets through telling him how he thinks he's not a bad person, and then he says it would be justice if he were dead and the girl were alive. If anything, it'd make way more sense in this situation for him to say, if there was, I'd be dead and she'd be alive, since he's the one who took their money, which in turn helped keep him alive and as a byproduct ended her life.
You saw me bring him back from the dead after you cut him down. Don't you want to know what gave me the power?
I keep asking and no one wants to tell me.
In fairness, the guy literally just finished telling him, you don't think I asked myself why I'm chosen to keep coming back? I don't know. So it's not a case that he doesn't want to tell him.
What the hell are you doing, Clegane?
Baking a cake. I love how he waits to join in and give a hand when there's literally 3 more shovels worth of dirt to be placed on top of them. Skipping 2 pages and finding the exact information he needs, Ex Machina. Because the best way to let someone know you'd like a quick chat with them whilst inflicted with this deadly contagious disease and still rightly within a sound mind is to lunge your arm out. Although it looks fantastic, this wouldn't really be the safest way to approach the keep. I mean, imagine if a few, or hell, even one assassin, well trained with a bow, remained behind these gates. He could take her out with a single bolt given that she's right at the front of the queue. Jesus, same goes for this room. I don't understand why they'd assume that a keep that appears empty from the outside would actually be empty on the inside. She could have died like 3 times over by now. Okay, I know you're probably tiring of me pointing this out, but this time not even 2 guards went first. I'm only making a big deal out of this as well, since when Jamie and his sis are talking, he anticipates that she will land her forces there, and yet they don't plan literally any ambush at all.
Now she's broken. She wants revenge so badly she brought the Dothraki to our shores.
I'm not sure you can credit that move to her though, since it was actually the Greyjoy siblings that went ahead and sailed over there, picking them up and bringing them back.
The finest artilators and blacksmiths in King's Landing have been...
Here the cover is thrown to the floor, but during this scene it insists on moving back and forth slightly further away and then back again.
Of course, I can't remember a queen who was better loved than my granddaughter. The common people loved her. What is left of her now? Ashes. Or just children, really. They won't obey you unless they fear you.
If this is the point she's trying to make, the first statement about how her granddaughter was loved by all the people and now she's ashes doesn't fit. She was loved by all but then blown up. That doesn't now mean it's okay for Dany to ride in and burn everything in order to be queen.
And we will bring peace back to Westeros.
Peace. Do you think that's what we had under your father? Peace never lasts, my dear.
True, but she's not saying that there will be a peace that lasts forever. She's saying there will be peace now, since right now it's far from peaceful.
They throw him in the water. If he learns to swim, good. If he drowns, good. Either way, strong and solid.
It makes a strong soldier when they're drowned and die? Obviously I can't show this on YouTube, but what follows is 2 minutes of pretty boring sex. This book on the top goes from having its spine being not visible in the first shot to visible in the next, and then back to being not visible again, and lastly there's the spine once again. Game of Thrones showrunners are determined to ensure we never see any food the same way again.
Take care of yourself, Hot Pie. Try not to get killed.
The only thing aiming to kill him is a severe case of diabetes.
One bottle of rum. Do you think we'll make it?
The mysterious case of the disappearing horse valet. Idiots on the other ships continue to blast fireballs at this main enemy ship despite the fact that they must know that not only are their men on board but also their leader. A bunch of minutes of holy shit, that was awesome. I'm breaking my rule here of only one sin being removed, but I think I'll probably break that rule more over the next couple of episodes and likely remove a few sins for the biggest holy shit moments.
Ah, I hear it's beautiful down there. Palm trees and butterflies. Haven't been myself.
Well, that seemed oddly rude.
You begged us to summon the king in the north. Don't you want to see him again?
Well, she said it would be wise, mentioning it only a single time. It's not really begging, is it?
Could storm King's Landing tomorrow and the city would fall. Hell, we almost took it and we didn't even have dragons.
Almost.
Seems like an unnecessary statement, given that during that particular battle he fought for the Lannisters who are now his enemies. The reinforcement of the word almost just serves no purpose other than to slightly irritate one of the very people they wish to team up with.
I was born at Dragonstone. Not that I can remember it.
That kind of goes without saying for literally every single person ever born ever in the history of ever. As user Vantava stated on Twitter, albeit with some wrong spelling here and there, she calls the White Walkers a myth when outside there's 3 fully grown and supposed to be extinct dragons that were born out of a fire she stuck herself in overnight. I think in her mind pretty much nothing should be labelled a myth right off the bat anymore.
I tried.
You wouldn't be here if you tried.
Whilst he is fully correct, it's entirely plausible that he could have been knocked off of the ship en route to attempt to save his sister. This dude doesn't know one way or another, and clearly none of the others do either. They both fall down even though he only drops the chain, so unless it weighs way more than it looks, they should still be standing.
No, thank you.
Could have told her that when you saw her filling 2 glasses in a room with 2 fucking people.
And the Ironbang wants to bet on a winner.
We don't make bets. We invest in endeavours we deem likely to be successful.
A fancy way of saying bet.
Cersei would be good at TV sins. As you can likely imagine, I'm going to go ahead and remove 2 sins here for the entire scene. It's absolutely brilliant to see battles like this in a TV show.
Not at all what I intended. You see, I'd never seen the poison work before.
This could have ended up extremely awkward if it turned out Jamie put simple water into her glass.
Tell Cersei. I wanted to know it was me.
I'd have also personally waited until the poison began to affect me. Otherwise, an extremely angry Jamie could have made her last few minutes very painful.
What's that?
Maester Welkin built it for me, so I can move around more easily.
Jesus, he f***ing come up with that design and built it very quickly, didn't he?
You don't need me anymore.
No, I don't.
Turns out the 3-eyed raven is a bit of a dick.
Hey up. Where are you going?
In there. I live here.
Fuck off.
Why would 2 guards see a fairly well-presented young woman like this and automatically assume that there's absolutely no way that she could ever have lived there?
Who else is on your list?
Most of them are dead already.
Right, but Who else is on your list?
Line now! Form on! Come on, lads! Up those wagons! Form a line!
And now begins some of the greatest moments I've ever seen in Game of Thrones and in TV in general. Perhaps the greatest moment in battle in any TV show I know of. For the greatness that this battle displayed, the amazing visuals, the brilliant and flawless CGI, and what happened in general, I think it's only fair that I remove 5 sins from the total. And yes, I know I said I wouldn't remove that many, but f*** it. This is on a whole other level and needs some appreciation. I'm going to avoid showing the attack here. I'm sure YouTube would love to age restrict it, but I wanted to sin the fact that she attacks from the very front, whereas from the side would have meant killing almost all of the enemy in one swoop at a time where they were defenseless against a dragon's attack. Despite already seeing this deadly attack, she still decides to attack the damn thing head on in a completely straight line. Like, what did she think was going to happen? It's the worst weapon ever against her soldiers on foot, but the best against her dragon. The smart move in reality would have been withdrawing from her attack and allowing the soldiers to take it down first. However, her plan was really dumb and thus deserving of a sin. Despite seeing their queen entirely on her own aside from her dragon and a soldier charging directly at her, none of these soldiers make literally any attempt to get to her or at least even look like they're worried. You could easily argue that they assume the dragon is enough to protect her, but it's fair to doubt its abilities once it's been downed by such an attack and clearly wounded.
Only one thing worse than a dragon. Americans.
Never got a love.